So you probably know Beyonce has a daughter named Rumi, right? But here's what most people don't realize. This 8-year-old just made music history, and I'm not exaggerating. At just 6 years old, Rumi Carter became the youngest female artist ever to chart on the Billboard Hot 100. A 6-year-old. That's not a career moment. That's a legend moment. But the tea gets even better because Rumi's emergence into the spotlight is basically the opposite of how Blue Ivy did it. Beyonce's oldest daughter was hungry for the stage from jump. But Rumi was kept out of the spotlight for her entire early childhood until just recently. And the reason why is probably not what you think. Beyonce and Jay-Z welcomed Rumi and her twin brother Sir on June 13th, 2017. That Instagram pregnancy announcement before they were born, it became the most liked post of the entire year. We're talking a level of cultural moment that doesn't happen anymore. But after they arrived, Beyonce and Jay-Z made a decision. Rumi and Sir were going to be protected, private, normal. Jay-Z explained the name decision in a 2017 interview, and this part's actually beautiful. He said they named her after Rumi, the 13th century Persian poet known for writing about love, mysticism, and spirituality. As for Sir, Jay-Z said, he just came out like Sir. He carries himself like that. So right from the start, there was intention behind everything with these kids. For years, Rumi literally barely appeared in public. While Blue Ivy was growing up as this young Renaissance tour backup dancer and getting recognized everywhere, Rumi was just living her life. You'd get the occasional photo from Beyonce, maybe something on Instagram showing the twins, but it was rare, super controlled. Then, and this is important, Beyonce featured Rumi on the song Protector from the Cowboy Carter album in 2024. The song literally opens with Rumi's voice asking, "Mom, can I hear the lullaby, please?" It's intimate. It's just a kid asking her mom for a song. But that moment, that simple line, made her the youngest female artist ever to appear on the Billboard Hot 100. Let that sink in. Rumi's music debut wasn't a single. It wasn't even planned as a single. It was just Rumi being a normal daughter, asking her mom for something, and Beyonce deciding that moment was worth immortalizing forever. Then came the Cowboy Carter Tour, opening night in Los Angeles, April 28, 2025. Beyonce brought both Blue Ivy and Rumi on stage to perform Protector. Video went absolutely viral. People lost their minds watching this moment between mother and daughter, but specifically watching Rumi on that stage for the first time. And here's the thing, Rumi's clearly got that star energy in her genes. Beyonce's own mother, Tina Knowles, has been talking about this. She said Rumi is a natural little star. According to Tina, while Sir is more into books and electronics, Rumi is creative, loves fashion, loves painting. She's got that artistic DNA. But then you had this hilarious moment that went viral just last week that really shows Rumi's personality. Beyonce asked Rumi to go to the car at the end of a night out, and Rumi literally just said, "I don't want to." Not "I'm tired," not 5 more minutes. She just straight up told Beyonce no. The entire black internet lost it because everyone who grew up with a black mother knows that's not a response you're supposed to give. But Beyonce just handled it. And then, when Patti LaBelle asked Rumi if she was tired that same night, Rumi shook her head. No hesitation. This kid is fearless. There's also been backstage moments at Kelly Rowland's tour where you can see Rumi's personality come through. She showed up looking like a mini fashion icon in a black leather jacket, gray polo, black skirt, and braided ponytail. She's 8 years old, and she's already got a signature vibe. What's really interesting is how different Rumi's introduction to the spotlight has been compared to Blue Ivy. Blue wanted the stage from the beginning. She was the one basically pushing Beyonce to let her dance on tours. It was her decision. With Rumi, Beyonce's been more protective. She let Rumi come into the industry on her own terms, slowly. First just family moments, then the music feature, then the tour performance. Tina Knowles has mentioned that Rumi's already writing music, like legitimately writing. Beyonce's own mom said, "Rumi is also a great songwriter already. She will be a force to be reckoned with, just wait." That's not grandmother hyperbole. That's someone who's been around the music industry for decades saying she sees genuine talent. And this is the part that's kind of wild. Beyonce actually told GQ that she structures her entire work schedule around her children. She specifically tries to tour only when they're out of school so she can bring them with her. That's why Rumi got to perform on the tour. That's why we're seeing her more now, because Beyonce finally had the right timing, and Rumi was ready. Right now, Rumi's living in this interesting space where she's got the protection of privacy, but also the freedom to show up when she wants to. She's not being pushed into the spotlight like some celebrity kids are. She's being allowed to grow, to develop her skills, to figure out what she wants. And based on everything we've seen from Tina's comments and that Cowboy Carter appearance, Rumi clearly wants it. She's watching Blue Ivy, learning from her, mirroring her moves on stage. The Knowles Carter family has basically created this formula where all three kids can exist in the public eye on their own terms. Blue's the performer, Sir's the private creative. Rumi's becoming the next generation of the legacy, and she's taking notes. So the real question is, what's next for Rumi Carter? Because if she's already a songwriter at 8, and she's got this fearless personality that's showing up in every public moment, we might be looking at the youngest member of a generational dynasty. And she's barely just started. If you're as obsessed with the Carter kids as the rest of the internet, let me know in the comments which kid's storyline you actually find the most interesting. And if you want more celebrity deep dives like this, please hit that subscribe button because we're constantly breaking down the actual truth behind the headlines everyone's talking about.